respond to Ycee on Olodo statement that he made on social media. I think sometimes these OGs themselves or these elders in the music industry, they need to actually they respect themselves. These elderly celebrities. If you are struggling to come back, you don't need to actually chase clout with a younger person just like Pella before you can actually come back to the music industry. That is something I kind of understand because there is a particular statement right now making around on social media, and a lot of people could clearly get that a person of YC now him find trouble because at an interview he said something like Olodo uprising. He should have allowed it to stay there, but he went further to mention the name Pella. I think mentioning the name Pella is something that actually made all your statement to be wrong to an extent. And now you got a response from a young boy who said, you know what? These guys, when they inside my DM, they beg Olodo uprisings. So that is what it is right there. Because YC talked about his frustration, he's living in music industry, and then or going ahead to like build his life and all those kind of things. Yes, a lot of people understand, but you came back now. The music industry is saturated, where we have the lives of a lot of people, not be them Burna Boy you go to talk about. You go to talk about like Oslade and a lot of young people out there, Charlie Poppy and the rest. These guys are really hot and pumping out there. But for you to catch up, you need to really be strategic to an extent. But making statements just to attack personal lives of individual like calling Pella, Olodo, and all those kind of things, and you got your response, I think you don't have to be angry. That is something I feel about this. Let's listen to this guy.
This Olodo uprising that we even have right now.
Olodo uprising?
Yeah, bro. It's terrible. I promise you. It's like we are trying so much to accommodate unintelligent people and ignorant people because we don't want them to feel bad and all these things. So now they're now like the majority. There's a massive attack on the educational system in Nigeria, bro. Aside from like the kidnapping and the Boko Haram, which is like, bro, those guys are literally going at that nerve center. Other factors, leadership not prioritizing things that are important, the society not celebrating academic excellence. People don't even want to go to school anymore. Like, it's just like, why?
It's Yahoo culture.
It's not even just Yahoo culture. Now we have Pella culture. So if we keep rewarding all these guys, like, people see that you just have to just do dumb, crazy shit, just go online, maybe do some obscene, whatever, and you get clicks, you get numbers, like that's what moves the needle in Nigeria. Then what are you telling, the rest of the impressionable young people out there? No shade to Pella. I have nothing against dude personally. Like, bro, get your coins by any means. But, at the end of the day, that thing is only going to be sustainable for a period of time.
Now, after making the statement, a lot of people understand and criticize him, while some people took side with him and saying that, okay, why are we giving people like Pella attention because they are not intelligent? Let me tell you one thing you need to understand. How do you measure intelligence? Is it because you speak good English or what? Somebody who could actually, think a way out of the box and make money in this generation and make a lot of money for himself, got himself house, career, and everything. You say the person is not intelligent. You that graduated from school, you not get work. So Pella's wife now has to respond. That is a person of Jarvis has to come out to defend Pella. She said this.
Me that went to school, I graduate. As government not gonna give us work now, what do you expect us to do? What do you expect us to do, sir? You are talking, tell that to your president, bro. Go and tell that to your president. Because you cannot expect those that have IQ and high knowledge, and at the end of the day, with all the knowledge and everything, will end up cleaning toilets. Some don't even turn kidnapping and armed robbery. They don't. I swear. You are telling us that, They even mention my man is cultural, Pella culture, Pella culture. Everybody have their culture. Me, I have AI culture. Everybody have their culture. So please, don't bring that thing here, because we are acting funny, we are acting playful, we are trying to earn something for ourselves, we are trying to earn a living. They are telling us that we don't want to have education. Okay, me that graduated, me that went to school. Yes, hello, I went to school, graduate,
One thing a lot of people don't seem to understand is that most of this school system was designed by the Rockefeller family just to create employees for their factory at that time. So that is the system we are still practicing. That is something you need to understand. Most times, a lot of people graduate in Nigeria and some African countries, and there's no job for them. So the likes of Pella actually created a niche for himself, created a job for himself and for people around him that works in his team. So, and now you are saying that this guy is not smart. I think you are the one that is not smart. You made mention of somebody charging you about 100 million naira to really make a good comeback in terms of your music comeback, because you said you want to come back big time musically. But I think this time around you need a bogus budget, and you need some influence, and you need a deliberate strategy. That is something I feel about that. What are your own takes about this? I want you to put that in the comment section. Yes, as we dey talk right now, we got to understand that Angelique Kidjo actually posted a picture of she and Wizkid and said, look at what the first time of missing Wizkid, and she was so excited about that. But bam, 30 BGs and then FCs, they are fighting over it, because FCs are now coming out to say, you know what? This and that and that and that. You don't meet Davido, nothing happen. You meet Wizkid. Yes, somebody they meet somebody for at least you go start to meet them once in a lifetime. So that is something you got to understand. I don't understand this kind of rage that you guys are really causing on social media. What can you make out of this? I want you to always be a peace ambassador. That is something I got to say, because this time we are drawing rift between Davido, Burna, Wizkid, and all those kind of things. I think we are limiting the expansion of Afrobeat. That is something I feel about this, and a lot of people are now responding to this and getting a lot of attention from the social media based on this. Guys, what can you make out of this? I want you to put your own comment in the comment section. Now, a lot of people are talking about the headies being like proposed for Toronto, that the headies for 2026 is going to be held in Toronto. And a lot of people are now saying that, how can you take Nigerian awards to Toronto? But this depends on the sponsorship they are getting. This depends on the support, because most of the time when they hold it in Nigeria, even the artists themselves, they're not the two they come out to support the headies. That is something I got to understand. And also multinationals, government agencies, and a lot of other people, other institutions, they don't support very well. That is another point that I got to understand. But Anima Shaun got a lot to say about the headies.
There are different kind of experience for them. We have exposure support. All those record companies that are looking for them around the world, they come there. The first time Ashake traveled abroad, I did his visa, and he was able to now finish his deal with Empire Music. And I can count 20 other artists like that. That just by having the edges abroad has actually helped them to be on that global stage, and that is where the money is for them. How much of streaming revenues did they get from Nigeria? We have all the media, all the major media. You were there, or was it? Arise was there. We have all the major media companies in the world there at our red carpet, from CNN to NBC to MSNBC. All of them were there on our red carpet, and they saw these artists. They interviewed them. Everything we are trying to do will not happen in our backyard. We're in a bubble here, and you see African countries. Africa. I want to go to London now. I take a straight flight by tomorrow, 6 hours or 6.5 hours. I'm in London. Go to Ghana. Sorry, apart from Ghana, go to Cote d'Ivoire. You spend 12 hours on the road. There was a time I was going to, which country was I going? Kenya. I got to one country and I spent 8 hours. Direct flight from here to Kenya is 4 hours. It's more difficult to travel around Africa, and of course you go to where you're wanted, where they say where you are welcomed, where they will treat you like kings. That's where you go to, where they will lay the red carpet.
What can you make out of this? I want you to put your own comment in the comment section. Before I jump off, I want you to understand that we got a lot of videos coming in, and you can actually share our videos, comment, and like our videos. And if you have not subscribed, you can click the subscribe button below, the bell notification icon, to always get notifications each time we upload our videos. I love you guys. Keep supporting Afrobeat blogs.